This video is sponsored by PDS Debt. Find out more later in the video. Alright, look, you know what's cool? The Mitsubishi Starion. You know what's not cool? Its engine. It's literally from a forklift. And you and I both know you can't have this incredibly cool body style with a forklift engine. So what do? So you know what my buddy Jesse did? He threw a 1JZ in it and a big turbo, which honestly suits this car so incredibly well. I've actually driven an LS swap Mitsubishi Starion, but this actually feels like it was more meant to be. So should have Mitsubishi just called up Toyota instead of going over to Chrysler? Let's talk about it. Guys, I have a serious question for you. Do you have a credit card, medical, or personal loan debt? And it can make you feel like you're absolutely buried in this to where every single time you make some money, you feel like you're just paying somebody else? Well, don't let it keep slipping away. Try PDS Debt and see why thousands trust PDS Debt to save them time and money. And PDS Debt does way more than just help you manage your debt. They empower you to take control. They go beyond the numbers to help you understand your unique financial situation. And no cookie cutter solutions. Just a clear financial path that fits your lifestyle. And here's the best part. There is no minimum credit score required. Whether your credit is bad or fair, they are there to help you save more, pay off your debt faster, and start putting money back where it belongs, in your bank account. And getting started is easy. So go to pdsdebt.com/ThatDudeinBlue to complete your free debt assessment and see what options are available to you. And anyone with enough eligible debt qualifies. And every day you wait, it's costing you money. And get started with your free debt analysis in just 30 seconds with pdsdebt.com/ThatDudeinBlue. That's pdsdebt.com/ThatDudeinBlue. And take back control of your debt today. Thank you guys so much for listening, and on to the video. This is your daily driver.
Yeah.
Mitsubishi Starion. 1J.
It is.
Big turbo.
Yep.
And it sounds really good.
Sounds good.
And you have to make it to scrimmage tonight for your child.
I do.
So you're like, hey, let's just take it for a quick rip.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
I didn't even prep it. I didn't clean or anything.
No, clutch in or no?
Yeah.
Okay, you know how it is. Some people got, we got them seat belts.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Out. Turbo belts.
The reason why I kind of wanted to drive this really quickly, Jesse, is one, I feel like you are semi-responsible for getting me in the seat of a Starion in the first place, or a Chrysler Conquest, because of our mutual friend Mikey.
Yep.
And Mikey had a big turbo 1J Starion as well, right?
Yes. His is way nicer than mine. Mine's
sure.
not on the same level.
But that was the first time I had seen the swap happen.
Yeah.
Because it just so happened to be on 1320 video one time. He also has the LS one, right?
Yeah,
the black
one that you did film.
That's right. And that was a dedication to his friend.
Yep.
It was amazing. It was super clean. But I kind of really wanted to quickly do a rundown of essentially the complete opposite of that, but still have an engine swap, right?
Yeah.
Because that thing was really well done. This is like, let's put a freaking motor in it and go have some fun.
For sure.
But your interior has held up surprisingly well.
The Starion interiors overall, I think, like I was talking to Mike and he said he's only seen like one that had really crappy dash and stuff. They hold up really well.
So how long have you had this one?
I bought it right before COVID.
Oh.
Well, I didn't buy it. I traded an M3 for it, an E36 M3.
Okay. The thing is, the Starion, if people do not know, it was during the whole DSM era. There was the Chrysler Conquest, and then there was the Mitsubishi Starion. It definitely wasn't as DSM-y. You know what I mean? They had a motor in it, but it wasn't like the 4G63. It wasn't anything like that. So a lot of people were like, there's probably better options for this thing. Let's be honest. The Starion and Conquest motors are not the best.
No, they're a forklift engine.
Literally.
They are.
You have this cool looking Japanese car, and then they're like, you know what? I like tractors. Let's put that motor in there.
And those, to be honest, those motors can be fun engines. They're really torquey because they're a 2.6 single cam. Right. But they're not reliable and they're really funky. They have throttle body injection. It's like, there's a whole lot of weird stuff with it. The 1J in this thing makes it just feel like, you're like, this is just how this car should be.
Right, and so you daily drive this, and is it just a bone stock 1J?
Yeah, nothing done to it.
And also bone stock ECU too, right?
Yeah, it's got an SAFC on it.
Oh,
but,
okay.
Factory ECU. It's got the whole set on it, which is decent.
Oh, that sounds nice.
It makes some fun noises.
Yeah.
and it has a little bit of pep when you want.
I feel like these were very much the Chrysler Mitsubishi, I guess you could say, collaboration that people knew the least about.
Yeah.
Overall in the scene, because I feel like everybody knew about the Eagle Talon, the Eclipse, the 3000 GT, the Stealth, and then there was these.
Well, and they're starting to get more traction because of Mikey, to be honest.
Right, that man is the guy.
He is.
Yeah.
MKS Motorsport, his company, the only place you can get rear calipers, which we just put on this car.
That sounds so good. Yeah, so you're saying the brakes of these have literally been discontinued.
Yeah, you cannot find rear calipers at all. Front you can find. Rear calipers you cannot find anywhere. It doesn't matter, Rock Auto, AutoZone, nobody.
That's when you know all hope is gone.
Yeah.
If you can't find it on Rock Auto or something like that.
And then Mikey came through and made it happen.
But also the 1J like suits this car.
It really
I feel
does.
like the appearance of it, the sound of it, it's got that JDM feel, but with the long nose and the short butt, you know, good stuff.
It's really funny that you mentioned that though, because the one thing I've always said about Mikey's 1J, because people will be like, why didn't you use a 2J? The 1J looks like it belongs in this car.
Yep. With the cover and everything.
Yeah. And also, fun fact, you can use the same clutch line when you do this swap. Use the same clutch line.
Okay.
Like shifter ends up in the same spot. Like you can technically use the same fuel like filter, and then you just make an adapter line.
Oh.
Like this swap is meant to be in this car. It's wild.
This is what, like an R154 trans? Yeah. Okay, yeah.
But you gotta think the 1J and this car were made around the same time, and parts warehouses in Japan were probably very similar.
Yeah. No, this feels natural. Not to mention the boot. Is that the factory boot?
Yep.
Yeah, look, it all works.
Yeah.
That's what's so funny. I mean, I'm sure the Dragon Ball was totally factory.
Yeah, you know, fun fact, I think when you filmed the Datsun, it had a Dragon Ball shifter.
One?
No.
Okay.
It had a different shift knob in it, but it did have the same shift knob.
Oh yeah, if people don't know, you had the RB Datsun, and then you LS turbo swapped it.
Yes.
And eventually, we will revisit that car.
Yeah.
It always made me laugh because this was like the era where all the car companies like made their gauges like pods. You know, like they would have side buttons here, like 300ZX, right?
Yeah.
Big giant clusters here. In the gauge cluster like sits far back.
Yeah.
Or they had really cheap digital dashes, right?
This is like that same era when they had the RX-7s and the Mark III Supras, but I think this is the best looking one.
Ooh.
Where they had like the boxy flares and everything.
Hot take, dude.
Hey, hot take. Come at me for it. I think that the Starion's the best looking version of all those cars.
And it's funny, when you saw the Conquest, I remember people used to go like, did somebody change the badges of a Starion? Like, that can't be the same car. But people forget, I mean, it was a turbocharged car. Whee! This will get you from A to B.
Oh, for sure.
I can't describe it, but it's like a happy engine. You know what I mean? It just makes really good noises. It feels very high revving and peppy and everything. And that's why so many people have put them in literally everything.
Yeah.
Everything from S13s, 240s to Starions. Did you buy it like this?
Nope.
Okay.
I bought it with the regular engine in it. And my excuse was I couldn't get the AC compressor to work in that one. And then 1J came with an AC compressor attached. So now
interesting.
I can make it work, you know? I still haven't, but I'm close. Everything's there. I just got to make fake lines, custom lines.
That's what I mean. Last night, you're like, yeah, I love it, but my AC is not working. Well, now I know the backstory of that. But yeah, it just feels natural. Like the front end doesn't feel too top heavy or anything like that. And also, like you said, the 1J sits in the bay so well. Like it sits nice and low. Because when you drive other JZ swap things, a lot of the times the mounts in that chassis will make it sit way too high. FDRX7, for example, when you 2J those, it will be fast in a straight line. But if you want to do anything else, it just feels a little wonky and top heavy the whole time. You have to think a rotary engine sits next to the firewall. It's the same thing.
Absolutely.
But with this, it looks super natural. Like I bet you people have come up to this thing and just said, yeah, that's normal.
Yeah, they didn't even know. This has Mikey's prototype MKS mounts in it.
Well, I can tell. Yeah, they work.
Yeah, they're nice. They like, it sits nice and square, doesn't look goofy, it's not tilted or anything weird. It's like, it's straight. Fun fact, Mikey's mounts are actually an adapter to the factory mounts.
Oh,
so
okay.
The factory, this has his factory polyurethane mount in it, and then an adapter to the 2J. So you can actually run rubber mounts or his poly mounts to that.
So you're not gonna have something vibrating you to death. That's the
the JZs are so smooth anyway, but like this is a poly mount, and it's still, this car's so smooth. Yeah, the first and second in this thing is definitely like the most satisfying for sure, because it's low enough torque to where it'll hook up and go, and you can just enjoy the ride rather than like, I hope we don't spin too much or whatever. Woo! Still got Starion brakes. It is.
Well, Jesse, thank you for letting me speed run and go for a quick rip as always. Would you like to plug any social media or anything?
I don't really do a whole lot anymore, but
yeah, but just for fun.
At Spooled Up Jesse is where I'm at now.
Go support him. He's a nice guy.
And then I have started doing custom shoes.
Oh, okay.
Jesse Dean Draws is my
all right.
shoe
Well, definitely
art.
send me that so I spell it right.
Yeah.
You know. But no. On that note, what do you guys think of a 1J Starion? I think it feels like how the car always should have felt like.
I agree.
Personally, that's my opinion. And on that note, he's got to go. So I'll see you guys later. Take it easy. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.